Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by. My name is FM Jellico, and you're watching the Dafuge Challenge, Episode 11, with Enfield Town FC. Well, to say I've been having issues lately recording would be an understatement. I am of the opinion I have gone well beyond having issues and have just got an entire subscription. I played the Gloucester City game. I accidentally hit start streaming on my OBS, but I'm not trying to stream, so it errored out. And when I hit start recording, everything recorded. It was a great game, as you can see by the score and the results. And when I went to hit stop recording, OBS crashed and it didn't save the video. But as you can see, we beat Gloucester City on penalties. This was a very good game. It was a fun game to watch. We were a lot more proficient in front of the goal in terms of the number of shots we had on target. Gloucester City wasn't. As you can see, they had a ton of long shots from well outside the box. And most of ours were very close in. Moore had a goal. Ashton had a goal in extra time that I thought was the winner. And then Scott McCary snuck a shot through. It was a good shot, to be fair. It was a very good shot. And then in the penalty kicks phase, Fryatt blocked Hank's first shot. And then McCary missed his shot, and DaCosta put his home, and we won on penalties. The next game was at Chelmsford City. I went through my OBS settings, made sure everything was okay, started the game, started recording, started commentating, and when I put the video in Hit Film Express, which is what I use to edit my videos, it looked like crap. It was jumpy, it was sticking in places. My commentary was fine, but the video just did not record at all. I think what happened is that it was raining the day of the game, and I'm recording these in 3D, and it couldn't record because it was trying to record everything, which doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, I have a fairly good laptop. It's an Alienware 17R3. It's a good gaming laptop with a good video card. But in going back and looking at some of my other videos, I've noticed similar things occurring where the video is jumpy or it seems to freeze up even though the commentary is going along. I think it's related to the weather issue. And unless I can turn off weather effects when it is rainy, I'm going to have to switch those games to 2D. So, as you can see, we went to Chelmsford City next, and we lost in the semifinals. This was annoying. We lost by a 90th minute Jordan Young goal. Chelmsford City had more shots than us, had more on target, and they had 9 long shots. We were technically better than them the entire game. 9 shots, 9 on target, 4 clear-cut chances, 3 half chances, no long shots. All of our shots were inside the box. And yeah, Chelmsford City had the possession advantage, but they really couldn't do much with it. I thought this game was headed toward extra time. Even after Lucas Dawson and Montel Moore were injured, I thought we had a good chance of taking this to extra time. Adam Hunt had a 9th minute goal. Lucas Green-Birch had a 39th minute goal. Moore had a 44-minute goal. Zabrowski tied it up for Chelmsford in the 74th minute, and then Jordan Young had a 90th minute goal that just took the wind out of my sails, to be honest with you. I thought we had a really good chance of beating them, especially after we beat them 7-5 a couple of weeks ago, and it didn't happen. I really shouldn't be this upset because we weren't expected to get to the playoffs in the first place, but now that we got in the playoffs and we beat Gloucester City, and because of our performance against Chelmsford City, I'm really kind of mad we didn't go beyond that. But all in all, it was a good season for us. I'm going to take you to the next video I recorded, and that'll have all the end-of-year details, and we will go from there. Back in a bit. So this is the best overall 11 this year. No Tom Ashton. Abby Obafemi's in there as the players vote. No Tom Ashton, which is annoying as heck. End of season awards. Tom Ashton is the fans player of the season at 76%. Lucas Green Birch had the goal of the season. Joe Fryatt was the signing of the season on a free. The young player of the season was Tom Ashton. Tom Ashton was the top goal scorer, highest average rating at 7.63, most assists with 23. Cameron Walker had the best pass completion at 79%, but he only played like 6 games, and I ended up moving him towards the end of the season because he was earning 180 pounds a week sitting on the bench. Tom Ashton had 11 Player of the Match awards. Ricardo Thompson had 6 yellow cards, and Blackman, Cook, Upton, and Henchcliffe each got a red card. The Lucas Green Birch goal, I want to say, was in one of our very first games. Let's take a look here. Yep. So the ball goes up, Lowe has it, and he bounces it off whoever that was, and Lucas Green Birch hits it, and it literally hits the top of the crossbar, and then somehow caroms down and in. Wasn't exactly the best shot in the world, but we had quite a few. Season review-wise, I think we met or exceeded our expectations. I think they may have wanted us to get a little bit higher in the FA Cup and the FA Trophy. We finished 5th in the National League South, which was much better than expected. Our match of the season was our 5-1 win at St. Albans City. Our moment to forget was our 4-1 loss at Basingstoke. Our average attendance was only 561, and this is going to come into something I'm going to talk about here in a little bit. So our stadium was only 22% full. 30 players used, second highest in the National League. Dynamics-wise, we were doing very well. Team meeting I went through told everybody that I expect us to win the league next year. Everybody was happy with that. Confidence-wise, the board is more than happy with me. Injury-wise, we didn't have a lot of injuries. Lucas Green Birch was out the longest with 4 months. Craig Johnson, I want to say, is a youngster. Montel Moore had 6 injuries for a total of 4 weeks. Most of those were out 5 days, out 3 days, out 1 to 2 days. There were none that were really debilitating. Let me double check here real quick. As you can see, if I sort by longest spell unavailable, Lucas Green Birch was definitely the one that was out. So the end of season break, the players will report back July 1st. The board set the initial budgets. My payroll and my scouting budget are both the same. My transfer budget's still 0. And then there's this. Because our stadium doesn't meet league requirements, the board has to spend money to expand it. A minimum capacity has to be 3,000. We got a grant for 24,000, which means we had to take a loan out for 26,000. Finances, if I go to loans, there's the original debt, there's the original remaining, there's when we start paying it, goes until 2024. What does that mean? That means no improvements to facilities, no improvements to youth recruitment, no improvements to youth facilities, no improvements to salaries, and I cannot take a coaching course, which I would kind of like to take a coaching course because I do not have any. As a matter of fact, if I go to make a board request, there's not even an option for me to request a coaching course, which just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We turned a profit this season. Not a huge profit, but a profit. And that's something I'm going to have to pay a little bit more attention to. I am okay going a little bit over my payroll, but I think at one point in time this year I was almost $2,000 over, and that's not good. What else? else do we have here? Our youth audit setup is uncategorized. I can't expand it because we don't have the money. So our 5th position in the National League South is a record high. I'm a Loser won the National League South Player of the Season. I suspect Ashton came in second, if they actually had such a thing. But he had a really good season. Didn't have the goals, had more assists, had a slightly worse rating. And he's on loan from Barnet. That's right. He's on loan from Barnet. He's a worthy recipient. I laugh inside every time I read his name. It's unfortunate. So Ashton got top goal scorer. Montel Moore was second with 30 goals. We avoided a tax hit, which was nice. We got 2 sponsorship deals, which helped out a little bit. The jersey deal is a 2-year deal at $8.5K for away jerseys. The main jersey for the home deal is $12.5K. And our sponsorship money went up by about $4K. Our scouting budget is still $10.75K, which is standard. We don't have a package or anything like that. At this point, it's just easier for me to send the guys out and scout individually. And I won Head Coach of the Year. Although Brad Quinton came very close, and so did Gavin Rose. One last thing to look at, the transfers for the year. As you can see right now, I have essentially 1K available in salary. That's because I think they're already taking off the players whose contracts are going to expire here in about a month. So, but this is the transfer history. Let me arrange it by date here. Abi Obafemi came in on a free. Joe Fryatt came in on a free. Signing of the season. He was an okay keeper for us. He's the best one I have. 190 pounds a week. For lower league, I don't know that I could ask for much more. And he's improved as time has gone on. I think with even more playing time, he will get better. 2-star current ability. I would expect him to be 3 or 4 stars by this time next year. Lucas Green Birch had a great season for us. I'm still trying to get him to sign for us. I can't until his loan spell is over. Reagan Upton had a good season, very up and down for us. At the end of the year, he kind of tailed off, but he's become quite valuable for us. 3.5-star current ability, up to 5-star potential. He will definitely be back next season. Lewis Morrison also had a solid season. Ricardo Thompson had a solid season for us. Henchcliffe was pretty valuable, playing the right side for us. Cameron Walker came in, but then he left. Harry England was very good for us on the defensive back line, and so was Rudy Costa. Lucas Dawson I brought in December as a midfielder, and he also plays the defensive right back position. He also had a very nice season for us. On the outs, there wasn't anybody to really talk about. I think the big one would be Rory Oliver, who ended up going to Tonbridge and was mediocre at best after I paid him £400 a week to come here. And McGranahan went to Colchester and ended up on the under-23s. And Cameron Walker just left. He really didn't do much with us. He kind of got lost in the shuffle. 14 appearances, 2 goals, 4 assists. If I didn't have the options I had, he could have stayed. I don't know if he would have contributed. But that wraps up our initial season in the Vanarama National South. We did better than expected, but knowing the core of the team that is coming back, and if I can go out and make some good signings. So sorting by when their contract expires, you can see that Ryan Blackman, Jacob Cook, Montel Moore, and Jake Green are the only players I have that their contracts are ending in less than a month. Everyone else is a loan player who I hope to bring back in some form or another. But for the most part, the core of our team is is here. And in looking at our under 18s, our youth recruitment was kind of blah, but we've got a couple of players with some potential on there. Adam Hunt got in for a couple of games. I think he is going to come back. I need to re-sign him. That's one of the things I'm waiting on. He's got a couple clubs interested. Sanford is my backup keeper, but he's out of contract. I suspect I could bring him back for £100 a week, which I may end up doing. The other player I want to get a look at is Dan Smith, except he plays positions that I don't use right now. He's got some potential. 1.5 right now, 4-star potential. Had some appearances for us. Nice goal. Did okay in the non-competitives. I'm trying to get him retrained to be a midfielder. It's not going so well. And he can play striker as well, but I've got 3 of those, 4 if Lucas Green-Birch comes back. And I guess he could play there if I needed him to, but I don't have use for an AMC unless I switch my formation up a little bit again, which is a possibility, but you know, the 3-4-3 I ended up using at the end of the year really works for me. And if I get Lucas Green-Birch back, it's going to be my formation going into next year as well. And that's going to wrap up our first season in charge of Enfield Town FC. Like all things lower league, it was a season of ups and downs, a season of some really good shots, and a season of what the heck are you doing, dude, every once in a while. I'm reasonably sure there's a couple videos where you can hear a thumping noise. That's my forehead hitting the desk because of something a player did or something boneheaded that they tried to do. But that's one of the joys of lower league management, believe it or not. I'm enjoying this. This is quite the challenge, and I'm looking forward to taking Enfield to the top. Coming up next episode will be the start of our second season. Transfers in and out, expectations, and one live comm. The schedule for next season isn't out yet, but I will definitely have one live comm. As always, if you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like and subscribe for more FM content. Questions, comments, criticisms, everything's appreciated. And if you have any ideas on what I can do to overcome these probably self-inflicted technical difficulties I've been suffering the past few episodes, I would appreciate it. My name is FM Jellico, and I thank you for watching.